Hello, welcome to my place. We've been talking about encounters with God and the love of God, and I want to take you to the Gospel of Matthew chapter 19, and I want to talk to you about a person who did have an encounter with Jesus. Let's look at Matthew chapter 19. I'm going to read to you from 16. It says, "Now behold, one came and said to him, 'Good teacher, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life?' So Jesus said to him, 'Why do you call me good? No one is good but one, and that is God. But if you want to enter into life, keep the commandments.' And the man said to Jesus, 'Which ones?' And Jesus said, 'You shall not murder, you shall not commit adultery, you shall not steal, you shall not bear false witness, honor your father and mother, and you shall love your neighbor as yourself.' The young man said to him, 'All these things I have kept from my youth. What do I still lack?' Jesus said to him, 'If you want to be perfect, go sell what you have and give to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven, and come follow me.' When the young man heard that saying, he went away sorrowful, for he had great possessions." Now, in this encounter, the man had a encounter with Jesus. He said, "What must I do?" And Jesus answered him. And Jesus answered him in love and said, "Do these things." This man had an encounter with Jesus. The encounter was deeper than this man had ever experienced before in his life. But it was beyond what he was willing to do. He had the opportunity to have it all, but he chose to only have his earthly possessions. Now, notice that Jesus said it is after this, he says it is difficult for the rich man to get into heaven. But he follows it up with a profound statement. With man, this is impossible, but with God, all things are possible. We need to look at each encounter with God in the same way. God is waiting for you to discover him. Are you seeking? Are you knocking? Are you asking? And then when you do have that finding and opening and receiving, do you change? You know, we began 2 weeks ago saying you need to have encounters with God that match your call. This man had that opportunity, but he chose to not take it. What do you do when God gives you the opportunity to change? Ephesians 3:16 in the mirror. We began it 2 weeks ago, and I'm going to end with this. It says, "I desire for you to realize what the Father has always envisioned for you, so that you may know the magnitude of his intent and be dynamically reinforced in your inner being by the Spirit of God." You need to have encounters with God that match your call, and then be willing to follow that calling. God bless you richly. We'll see you next time.